So we start with the topic seed. So what is seed? Seed comes from.
Ma'am, seed is a small, like a small pulse.
Yes.
And from it comes the plant. It is
Yes,
the
seed.
baby of a plant.
Yes, seed is a part of the flower.
Yes,
it is the part of the flower which gives birth to a new plant. Okay. Seed is a part of the flower which gives birth to a new plant. So it is the seed is surrounded or protected by seed coat, right? That
Seed
contains
coat.
seed coat. Seed coat that contains food in it. It is the seed is the result of. It is the result of fusion of male and.
Till it grows leaves, it gets the food from the seed coat.
Yes. So it is the result of fusion of male and female gametes. Yes.
What is fusion?
Fusion is when male and female gametes, they combine with each other and form a new plant, form a new seed. So fusion is the combination of male and female gametes.
Ma'am, what is gametes?
Gametes are the reproductive organs, male and female reproductive organs of a flower.
Like our mom and dad give birth to us, like that a male and female plant give birth to me.
To a new plant. Yes, to a new seed.
Okay, ma'am.
For example,
male and female gametes.
have you seen a flower where I don't know the name in English exactly, where there are like this tentacles and there are yellow small dots in it.
Yes, ma'am, like hibiscus.
Hibiscus, yes. So that is the example of a.
Ma'am, so I want to tell something. So if male and female gamete together makes one a new plant.
A new plant, yes. So here in this plant, these are known as pollen grains. These yellow part you have seen.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you watching what I am drawing? So these are known as pollen grains, and the male and female reproductive organs are here in the flower.
They're inside the flower.
Inside the hibiscus flower. So they form a new plant.
So inside is the male and female.
Inside of the flower. Yes. So this seed is enclosed in an ovary, which is the essential feature of a flowering plant.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, so.
Okay.
Ma'am, so the flower is there and then it is enclosed by ovary.
Yes. Yes, a coat of the seed is formed by, the seed is inside the ovary, enclosed in an ovary.
And where is the ovary?
Here.
Oh, inside the
in the
ovaries,
flower.
the female and male gametes?
Yes. So now if you have done this, now we study the internal parts of the seed.
1 second, ma'am. So ovaries inside the flower.
Inside the flower. Have you seen, I mean, whenever a fruit is grown on a tree, so firstly the flower comes, right?
Yes,
Whatever fruit is grown, whether mango, whether guava or anything else. So the flower contain the male and female gametes. They fuse with each other and form the fruit.
okay, ma'am. So fusion means they like
The combination, yes.
yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now the internal part of seed. So the outer one, this is known as the seed coat, where inside the seed is enclosed. So it is seed coat. We have then this is the
Ma'am, it
shoot.
actually looks like a baby.
What?
The seed looks like a baby.
Yes, it's the baby of the plant. Yes, so have you seen? I mean, when the seed grows, so from here the stem comes out from here. So this part, this is known as the shoot, and the below here, this is known as the root. Shoot, the other word for shoot is plumule, and for root is radical.
So in the shoot there is the flower and everything, and the root is inside.
This is the seed. The seed of any flower, like
Yes, ma'am. So the shoot is outside and outside in the ground.
yes,
Outside and the root is inside.
yes, when we insert it within the soil or within, we put it. Have you seen the pulses? We if we put it in inside the water, so for some days, so shoot comes out and root grows downward.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
then we put that in soil.
I'm a shoot called plumule or
Yes,
plumule.
plumule, and root is means radical. The name of root and shoot. So first of all, we study about embryo. Embryo, it is, have you made this?
Yes, ma'am. MG.
Okay. So embryo, it is the immature plant from which new plant is grown. Okay. It is the immature plant from which new plant is grown. Okay, so embryo consists of tissues for the leaves, roots, stems, etc. Right?
Ma'am, it has tissues like leaves and all.
Yes, inside it, because inside it everything is there. It just need to grow. So
Oh.
when we put seed inside the soil, so everything is there. and the shoot starts to develop, the root starts to develop, and a new plant will be formed, right?
Okay, ma'am.
The internal part, this is named as cotyledon. So it has cotyledon, radicle, and plumule. Plumule. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So now cotyledon. Cotyledon, it provides food, thus it is the first photosynthetic organ of the plant. Okay, cotyledon is the first photosynthetic.
Inside the root, some other thing like photosynthesis will happen for food.
Yes, actually the photosynthesis happens first happens in cotyledon. Inside the seed, when we get everything, when the plant get everything, the sunlight, the water, the soil, so
Yeah.
it is the first part of the plant.
Yes, ma'am. When only the root or a little bit of the root goes out.
Down, comes out, and shoot comes upward. So it is the first photosynthetic organ of the plant.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, should I move to next
Yes,
sheet?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next is radicle. Radicle means
Radical means the shoot.
the root.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Yeah, I got it.
Yes. So radicle develops into root, right? It develops into root system. And next is plumule. Plumule grows into shoot system, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Grows into shoot system.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now how the seed is germinated. So firstly, the pollen grains, the pollen tube. I told you about this flower. This is the pollen tube. Okay.
The line.
Yes, which goes into the ovary. So pollen tube enter the ovule for fertilization, right? And pollen tube
So that one is called as pollen tube, and it enters.
Pollen tube enters the ovule for fertilization. Enter into the ovary or ovule. I'm writing here ovule or ovary. You can say anything for fertilization. And water enters through the root for germination. So germination is defined as, are you writing? Okay. So germination, should I say or wait?
Yes, ma'am, you can say.
Okay, germination is defined as the growing and developing of embryo into mature plant. growing and developing of embryo into a mature plant.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I'm done.
Yes, Harshika, just 2 minutes. Yes. So now the essential condition for germination. Can you tell what are the essential conditions for germination?
Sunlight, rain, wind,
Sunlight and
rain.
water
Yeah.
for germination. Water, air, warmth, food which comes out from the cotyledon. Food also required by the seed to grow. So food is
Before the leaves come, cotyledon only gives the food, right?
only gives the food to the seed to grow.
Okay.
Okay. So here the cotyledon, the cotyledon work, it is the first photosynthetic organ of the plant, right? So it makes the food for the seed to grow, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now dispersal of seeds we have studied, right?
Yes.
So what are the agents that help in the dispersal of seed?
Ma'am, in dispersal of seeds, spreading the seeds so that they can grow.
Yes,
And then the small insects of
correct,
animals help in dispersal of seeds. The
correct.
dispersal of water lily seed happens through water. Seed dispersal of palm tree also takes place through water. Seeds of dandelion disperse through wind.
Wind, animal, water,
Yeah.
birds.
And ma'am, I just want to ask something. What is
Yes.
anti-inflammatory fats?
Anti-inflammatory that does not catch fire.
Okay, ma'am.
That does not catch fire.
Actually, dal packed with anti-inflammatory fats, it is written.
Anti-inflammatory that does not make you fat.
Okay.
Yes. So now, you know that the seed dispersal. Harshita, just give me 2 minutes. Yes, Harshika. Sorry.
It's okay, ma'am.
Yes, so we studied the seed dispersal, seed dispersed by wind, by water, by animals, and so I'll ask you a question.
Okay, ma'am.
So the question is, find the statement which is not true about seed. So I'm writing the statement and you have to tell me which of the statement is not true.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So first is,
And we have to tell which statement is true or false.
find the statement which is not true about seed.
Okay, ma'am.
Not true. Which is false about seeds. Embryo is yes, Harshika. Now read the statements and tell me which of these which of the statement is false.
Seeds and trees. Embryo is the baby plant inside the seeds. Germination is the process of growing baby plant. An embryo is as one laid on the seed. Ma'am, the first question is wrong.
Gymnosperms?
Have seeds enclosed in an ovary. Actually, gymnosperms have naked seeds.
Very good, very good.
Angiosperms
Have,
closed seed in an ovary.
it's a flower bearing. Yes.
Yeah, so
Angiosperms.
angiosperm plants with closed seed in an
Seeds
ovary.
in an ovary, and gymnosperms have naked seeds, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So first of the statement is incorrect, right?
Yes, ma'am. So maize has only one cotyledon seed.
Yes, yes.
That is right.
Monocot. It's a monocot. One cotyledon means monocot, right? And dicot, it is the example of monocot, right? We studied yesterday. And dicot is having two cotyledons. So next question is, Ayush had to submit germinated seed to his science teacher as a project, but he couldn't submit the project as his seeds were not germinated. So what could be the possible reason for this? Okay, so I'm writing the options. So you have to tell me that why Ayush seeds were not germinated. Okay. Ayush.
A monocot has ma'am, so one seed has only one cotyledon.
Yes, one cotyledon. Mono means one and di means two.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Harshika.
Ma'am, there
Should
is
I should I repeat the question or you got it?
yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Yes. What's your answer?
All 2, 3, and 4. E.
Very good. Very good. So, as we know that several factors are
Cotton.
essential for.
Actually, a cotton lawn also needs light for doing.
Yes. So, several factors that are essential for the germination process. So the factors are water, oxygen, temperature, light. So the absence of these factors could lead to the stoppage of germination process. So therefore option E is correct, right?
Yes.
Second, third and fourth all are incorrect.
Okay, ma'am.
So now we'll understand the types of crops.
Grapes of
Crops. So crops are plants that are grown to satisfy the various needs of people and animal like food, shelter and clothing. Right? So
yes.
food crops, these crops are cultivated for the purpose of food. Right?
Yes,
Food
ma'am,
crops.
like rice, wheat, maize.
Yes, they
Those kind of
produce
crops.
carbohydrates that give energy to the body. They can also be called as energy giving crops. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Crops are basically energy giving foods.
yes, crops food are the main source of protein and vitamins. So these are rice, maize,
They give us protein and vitamin or carbohydrates.
carbohydrates also. They gives energy also and protein and vitamins also. So
Yes,
these,
carbohydrates, protein, and vitamin.
yes. So these are rice, maize, wheat, oat, vegetable, fruits, etc. Okay, which gives proteins and vitamins. So rice, you know that rice crops are grown in
Like,
areas
ma'am,
with
so examples are rice, apples, mangoes.
rice, but for crops we can say rice, maize, wheat, oats, barley,
Rice, meat,
rice, wheat. I write it. Rice, wheat, oats, barley, okay,
and maize.
and maize, correct, and maize. So, have you seen how rice is grown? Rice crops are grown in areas with high rainfall,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And in clayey soil. The soil is clay.
So these crops are grown in where high rainfall is there. Rice.
Rice, we are talking about rice. So, rice crops are grown in areas with high rainfall and in clay soil. Clay soil. While maize crops are grown in warm places and sandy soil. Regarding wheat, so wheat is grown in sandy, irrigated soil
Ma'am, what is irrigated?
where irrigation can takes place. The soil should be fertile. That irrigation can be takes place, wheat irrigation. So
Where
sometimes
irrigation can happen. Okay, ma'am.
sandy irrigated. It's the soil should be sandy and best
And
for
then
the
irrigation
irrigation.
can happen.
Yes.
Okay. So
So
means some
now,
wet sand.
not exactly wet, but yeah, moist.
Okay, moist. Sandy, moist sand.
Yes. So now oil producing crops. So crops which are cultivated to produce oil, right? So
Ma'am,
we
actually,
have various flowers. Yes,
oats and barley, how do they grow?
oats and barley also. I'll tell you. I mean, the soil that is used. Barley is same as maize, and regarding oats, I'll tell you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So now oil producing crops. So oil can be produced by sunflower, right?
Yes,
By
ma'am.
sunflower, groundnut, mustard, then peanut, etc. So uh, coconut is grown in sandy soil.
Ma'am, even coconut oil is produced.
Yes, coconut oil is also produced, and coconut can be eaten, can be used for making. Do you use
Like
coconut?
even ma'am,
How do yes? How
coconut
do
rice also they make in our house.
so? What all do you do with coconut? Coconut chutney,
Coconut rice we
rice.
coconut chutney also we make sometimes.
Yes, and
And sometimes in many of the cooking we put coconut.
okay. So you have a coconut plant, I mean trees around you.
No, ma'am, like
You buy it from the market
most of the days we use coconut.
most of the days. Okay.
Even sometimes while praying to God also. We use.
Yes, yes. Coconut is very necessary for.
Even sometimes we drink coconut water.
Yes, it's very tasty.
Yeah.
In summers, people
Ah.
consume coconut water, right?
Hmm.
It's healthy also. So have you written till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we'll speak about the fiber producing crop. Fiber producing crop. So these crops are cultivated to produce fiber, which is used in the manufacturing of bag, rope, carpet. What all we can make with fiber?
Like coconut. I mean
Bag,
cotton,
yes, bag, rope, carpet.
cotton, jute. Ma'am, can jute also come like a
Yes, yes,
cotton will come, jute will come.
yes. I am asking that what all, how we can use that.
Oh, I will produce. Okay,
So
the products.
carpet, clothes,
Yes, ma'am.
mats, right?
Hmm.
So, etc. They, for example, cotton and jute, right? Cotton and jute helps to make these products, right? So, cotton is the best grown in black soil.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Black soil. So, cotton is grown in black soil in Madhya Pradesh. Do you know who is the largest producer of cotton? There are two states, Madhya Pradesh and any guesses?
No, ma'am.
And one more is Maharashtra. So these are the largest producers of cotton. Okay.
The
Largest.
black soil means the soil in black color.
Yes, it has all the necessary minerals, nutrients, whatever required for the growth.
Soil in black color, right?
Yes. So it is the largest producer. So coffee plant and tea plants are cultivated to take care of the need of drink of the people, right? Tea plants, where
Yes.
can you tell me the states where we get the tea plant, where tea plantation happens?
Like in Meghalaya,
Yes, Assam, where there
the
is slopy areas,
the eastern hilly areas.
and West Bengal also.
Hmm.
So where the areas are slopy.
Yes, ma'am. Once I went to a tea estate
Huh?
in Tamil Nadu itself, Valparai.
Huh?
It was like very slopey.
Slopy, yes, slopy areas of Assam and West Bengal, etc. So they need moist soil, extra water flows through the slope. They require moist soil. Now there are some important conditions for the growth of the plant, like good quality and healthy seeds give rise to
Yes,
a
ma'am.
healthy.
So it needs lots of water and
Moist soil and extra water flows through the slope. I mean, they are planted on slopes because the water should only be moist. The extra water should flow through the slope. We do not require extra water to get collect at one place. So the water flows. So whatever the only the soil need to be moist. The extra water need to be flowed through
oh,
the slope. Yes.
okay, ma'am.
Okay. So now we'll understand how reproduction takes place. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So it is reproduction is the process of producing offspring of its own kind, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the process of. So for example, an apple tree can produce another apple tree only. It can't
Yes,
produce mango tree, right?
yeah.
So the reproduction can be divided as sexual and asexual reproduction. Do you know what is sexual and asexual reproduction?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay. In sexual reproduction, new plant is formed by the fusion of gametes. And here, if just hold on. Here in sexual reproduction, the fusion of male and female gametes is there. While in asexual representation, new plant is generated from a single parent. Okay. Harshika?
Yes.
So in sexual reproduction, both male and female gametes fused with each other to form a new plant, right? And in asexual reproduction, new plant is generated from a single parent. So here the offspring is genetically different from the parents. Okay. And here offsprings are similar to that of parent plant. So the example of sexual reproduction is flowering plant. So flower is the main reproducing organ. Okay. From flower, a fruit is formed. Okay. So all the flowering plants are the example of sexual reproduction.
Okay.
Uh,
Ma'am, are you there?
yes, I'm here only. So we'll speak about some medicinal plants.
Ma'am, what is example for asexual reproduction?
What?
Ma'am, for asexual reproduction, is it non-flowering plants?
Yes, non-flowering and just a second. The name for asexual plant is um, it's spider plant. It's spider plant. The name is spider plant. I'll tell you regarding this. I'll confirm you. So now next is some medicinal plants. Have you heard of wood apple?
No, ma'am.
Wood apple is kind of a hard coating from outside, and inside the that fruit is very soft. So in summers, people consume that it's in the juice form, or people eat the inside part of that fruit for it is good for digestion process. Wood apple. Wood apple in, or we can say name bale. Bale in Hindi. Bale. It is good for digestion process. Then ashwagandha. Have you heard of ashwagandha? Ashwagandha. So it is used for treating arthritis, arthritis,
Arthritis.
Arthritis is when people have joint pains in
Ma'am,
knee.
can you tell the spelling?
Spelling is Arthritis and diabetes.
A-R-T-H?
Thritis. Arthritis.
A-R-T-H-R-I-T-S.
Tis. Yes. And diabetes. Then aloe vera. Have you heard of aloe vera?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, arthritis, joint pain, and diabetes.
Is sugar. People who have sugar. So aloe vera
For
is,
skin.
yes, for skin problems, right?
Yeah. Many
Skin
times we
problems.
have,
Then
ma'am, in my
also,
house, in my balcony, we have aloe vera, and sometimes my mother put it in her face.
yes, it's good for the skin. Yes, and treating
Treating.
cuts, not or cuts and burns.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, sometimes I play with aloe vera.
You play with aloe vera how?
I take the aloe vera, open it, take the gel out, and throw it out, and take the gel out, and play with the gel like slime.
Like slime. Okay. So
Yeah,
you make slime out of aloe vera gel.
yeah, I take it out and just do like this for some time.
Okay. Okay. So the fourth is margosa. Margosa. So this is good for treating bacterial and viral and fungal infection. Good for treating bacteria, virus and fungal infection.
Ma'am, what is a fungal infection like ringworms?
Yes, fungus. So now we have now in our next class tomorrow we'll study the types of plants on the basis of habitat. Like like terrestrial plants, how they grow, aquatic plants, what are the features of them. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
desert plants.
Ma'am, I think after we finish this plant chapter and this we can go for human.
Yes, after the because tomorrow this chapter would be completed. So on Wednesday,
Okay.
firstly we'll have the test of animal life, then this plant life.
Ma'am, I think we finished animal life.
Our last chapter, what was that?
And our last chapter was human body.
Human body. Yes, yes, yes. So firstly, there's a test of human body, then plant type.
Ma'am, I think after we finish the human body test.
What are the topics that are left in human body?
Ma'am, I just write it in a paper after the classes.
So you just send me on the app as soon as possible that what are the topics that are left so
Sure,
that we
ma'am.
can.
I'll send it like tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow we'll
We are
complete
going
this.
out today. We are going out today. So tomorrow I have school. After school, I'll come back at 11:30. At 12, I said.
Okay, so we'll complete this chapter and we'll if tomorrow that topics can be covered up, otherwise in our next class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, see you, Harshika. Now we'll meet tomorrow at 3.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Bye.
you, bye.